Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening, Andrew.
I've got something to show you.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we are. Yeah. Right. See that?
Yeah. Matchbox.
Yeah. You look in there, Lisa. What do you see in there? Was that your reaction?
That's my reaction phrase. That's what you did.
Okay. That's our last of the summer wine compost matchbox recreation, because he always had something in his matchbox that would make women pull faces and gentlemen would laugh. So I wondered what it was. Don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here tonight to amazingly announce that it being the 1st of March, thank you, episode 33 of Round the Archives
It's available.
do be available.
Yes, and here it is.
Right, shall we zoom in? Round the Archives with MacGyver and some other things as well.
Excuse me.
There we go. But let's go through and see what we have. Well, first of all, we have to admit that we do very little on it.
We do
and
very
you
little.
do remarkably little.
I do perilously nothing. Close to nothing.
You do what? Nothing?
Close to nothing.
Perilously.
Perilously close to nothing.
Yes. I did the editing, and you say, apart from the links, you say about 4 words, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Because, again, we have been in the fortunate situation of having lots and lots of material from other people. And the only bit that we did involved Tim Worthington doing a guest appearance via the miracle of Skype.
Yes.
Me talking about Chigley to him, and you chipping in, basically.
About peppermint ice cream, and that was it.
And that was it.
That was it.
So, what have we got
I will
first?
do more next time.
So, Tim Worthington. The piece is sort of based on his book, The Camberwick Green Procrastination Society, in which he looks at the final episode of Chigley from 1969. But it's a lovely article. It's a lovely book.
It is.
But Tim's a bit of an expert on Gordon Murray.
Yes.
And I like me Gordon Murray too. Do you know it as... I don't think you know it as well as
I don't know it as well.
either of us,
I have
but-
seen it,
Yeah.
and what I've seen I do like, but I can't remember if I saw it when I was a child.
But
or not.
Tim makes the interesting point that Chigley comes to an end at the very tail end of 1969.
Yes.
So even more than Doctor Who finishing with Patrick Troughton and the War Games episode 10, Chigley very much draws a line under the 60s.
It does, yes.
It's one of the last few original programmes to be shown then. So I thought that was quite an interesting point.
Yes.
But this one's all about Mr. Antonio, the ice cream
The ice cream man, yes. And Lord Belborough.
Yeah, paying a visit to Winkstead Hall.
Yeah, and he gets conned into mowing the grass.
Yeah.
Which he does extraordinarily badly.
But I think both of us noticed a few things in the episode that maybe the other person hadn't really noticed before.
Yeah.
So I thought that was quite interesting. I have to admit, I'm not that keen on doing Skype pieces if we can get away with doing it. The good thing is that Tim knows what he's doing.
He does, yes.
You know, he's got his own podcast,
Yes.
for which we've made an appearance.
Yes. Looks unfamiliar.
Indeed. But we managed to get around the sort of Skype quality problem by... I asked Tim, could he record his end as well?
Yes.
And we did a bit of nifty editing. And it's almost as though, if you're sitting there listening to it, as though like the camera's cutting back between our sofa and his sofa, all those miles away.
Yes.
And because I've sort of knitted it together with the theme music as well, I think it comes off quite well in the end. Yeah, we sort of edited it down a little bit because I got slightly some of the facts wrong at one point.
A little bit, yeah.
When we were talking about one of the merchandise books.
Yes.
And is it Uncle Arnold?
Yes.
Yeah, and we were getting a bit confused. But you can look on our blog for Uncle Arnold. Just look up Trouble at Trumpton Fair on the blog,
Yes.
and you'll find out more about that. But we've been wanting to get Tim for ages.
We have.
We were hoping to do Here Come the Double Deckers some time ago, but Again, sort of real life last year rather got in the way.
It did, and then we did lots of themed things, and there wasn't really a place for it. So.
But I really hope we can get Tim back to do.
Yes. Please come back, Tim.
Do some more stuff, because I've read lots of stuff in his books, and he's got some real intimate knowledge of things that nobody ever talks about, like sort of Play School or the Sunday Classics series, like Pinocchio and things like that. And that's damn scary, because that's the Barry Letts production. So maybe one day we could talk about some even more obscure stuff.
Yes.
But I think this issue is very much a sort of double sandwich, almost like a Scooby snack.
Okay.
Because you top and tail it with reviews of shows, and then and all the filling in the middle is something a little more unusual.
Yes.
So the next piece is Martin, isn't it? Martin Holmes.
It's Bob and.
No, the next piece is
Martin.
Martin. I know, because I've edited it.
I haven't listened to it yet.
You haven't listened to it, have you? You're
sorry.
behind.
I thought you put Bob and Andrew on
Bob's
next.
in the middle. No.
Okay.
Martin looks at the 1977 Companions publication from the Dwas.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, as I said in the piece, I joined the Dwas in 1984, and I got Celestial Toy Room, the newsletter, and I got TARDIS, the sort of quarterly magazine. And indeed, TARDIS is where I first came across Martin's name in the 1985 editions. But I wasn't really aware that they published much before that. Obviously I had, but I just didn't know about it. I think just as I joined, they published a piece, a magazine about the making of the Five Doctors, but I never ever got to see that. But Martin's piece is about a publication that I've never seen. So, especially because he's such a good artist, it's interesting to get his perspective on what these things looked like and what it was like to receive them. And you, of course, were even later to join the Dwas than I was.
Early 90s for me.
So yeah, it's just interesting to sort of vary the format a bit and talk about things that are in other people's archives.
Yes.
As it were, because I've got a load of stuff in the cupboard under the stairs, old fanzines and things like that, and occasionally we sort of dig them out and do a blog post about them if they're interesting. But there are people up and down the country in Doctor Who fandom that have got things that are almost utterly forgotten these days. And 1977 doesn't sound that long ago to me, but things have moved on so much in sort of Doctor Who research,
quite a lot,
and things like that. So a simple list of companions probably wasn't, isn't very exciting these days.
No.
But at the time, it was telling people stuff that they didn't know. So that was good. So what have we got? Well, next up, Bob and Andrew T.
Yes.
The Summer Winos conclude their talk,
and you get to find out the answer to the cliffhanger, which you're going to have to listen to the issue to find out.
Oh yes, let's not blow any sort of suspense that we left last time, but we do hear some more about Roy Clark and their sort of encounter with him, as it were. But quite by chance, the postman stuck something through the letterbox today.
He did,
and we've only just opened it because it was addressed to you and I didn't know what it was.
No.
And amazingly, and Bob and Andrew will appreciate this, I think, it's the last of the Summer Wine novel.
One of the novels.
Well, the 1974 novel, I like the blurb at the start. A North Countryman, Roy Clark has recently made a great reputation for himself as a screenwriter. He lives with his wife, son, daughter, 2 dogs and 3 cats in a converted windmill near Doncaster.
I like him already.
You like him already. And this book would have cost you the grand total of 35p. And it is what became Getting Sam Home, the Christmas special that is briefly mentioned by Bob and Andrew in their piece. Because based on how they've been talking about it so fondly over the last 2 issues, you went and bought the complete seasons 1 to 10.
1 to 10, yes, because we had series seasons 1 and 2. But I thought, oh, you know, they've encouraged me to want to actually. We haven't started yet, but to want to watch more Summer Wine, and to do that, we needed a decent chunk of it.
Yeah.
And to buy the complete collection was very expensive,
Yeah.
nearly sort of £80.
Right.
So, but buying the first 10 series was just under £30.
Okay.
So, and we can add the other series as it goes along. And to be honest, I'm less interested in the later series anyway.
I mean, this certainly covers the period that I'm sort of most fond of, because you know you do get into Seymour and stuff like that. But the way the DVD arrived,
Yes.
there's no clue as to what's on what disc, isn't it?
No.
So we spent a fair bit of time
Like 20 minutes,
trying to
yeah.
find Getting Sam Home on
Yes.
which blooming disc it was.
And then found out it was on a separate disc because there's a separate disc of specials.
Because it's longer.
Yeah.
So you were, for a few seconds, you thought you didn't even have
Yeah,
Getting Sam Home.
well, I was
did
thinking,
you?
well, surely they can't have not put it in because it's part of the series. And then you sort of worked out that it was probably on the third disc because it was special and it was longer. And I must say, I'm looking forward to watching them, and I'm interested in the social aspect of it as well, to see how the world changes from the first episode
as they said
to the end of episode 10.
Last issue.
Series 10.
Long-running series become very much social documents as to how a location changes over sort of 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Because those early ones, you know, there's soot on the walls and things like that from everybody's open fire.
Yeah.
And I lived in the country and I had an open fire. Did you have one or not? No,
My grandma had one, and I was.
What? You were scared of it?
I was a bit scared of it because of the sort of noises it made. So I used to sit in the kitchen with the oven door open.
Because you were scared of the
I was
fire?
scared of the fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then she had a gas fire put. They had a gas fire put in. It was a council house, and they put a gas fire in, and she always kept a bowl of water by it.
Why?
I have no idea.
To absorb the noxious.
Yeah, noxious fumes. Or to moisten the air. Or I honestly don't know. I'm sure there was a perfectly logical reason for it in her head, but
Okay.
I was a child and I never thought to ask.
You never asked because adults knew better.
Yes,
obviously,
and they were weird. So, and you didn't ask that sort of stuff. You get a clip round the ear.
But our good friend Nick Goodman then appears
Yes.
to talk about the Eric Sayward Dalek novelisations,
forthcoming
which
Eric
are
Sayward.
forthcoming
Yes.
indeed. As he says, rounding off the Target book series finally,
Yes.
because I remember the sort of mid-70s sort of heyday of it. But yeah, it's remarkable to think that finally the sort of complete run of Doctor Who makes it into book form
In classic series. Yeah.
after all these years. And Nick briefly also talks about the Macra Terror
Yes.
animation
Forthcoming.
that's coming.
Everything's forthcoming.
Yeah, but I thought that was quite interesting to have Nick talking about stuff that's upcoming, and Martin talking about something from
From the past.
from the past. Just you know, there's still stuff being done for Doctor Who, which is new stuff
Yeah.
based on very, very
Yeah.
old things. So, you know, it's very interesting that it's taken this long to do all this this stuff. I don't know what we're going to do when it's all done finally.
Oh, there'll always be more things.
Yeah.
Reprints and remakes.
Because you've got some of the newer
Yes.
ones as well.
Yeah. The Target novelisations and the more recent series.
Of Rose and other things like that.
Yes.
I've not really read any of them.
I've read a bit of them, yeah.
But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to these Dalek books.
Yes, I haven't actually ordered them yet. I must get round to pre-ordering them.
Because as Nick says, if you look at the Visitation, or you look at the Twin Dilemma, or you look at Attack of the Cybermen, that's Eric writing in three very different styles. So will we see a fourth style from him, or will it be something similar to what he's done before? Absolutely no idea, but
we'll find out.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And finally, it's the Exon Moss experiment.
Yes, they
back
came
again.
back.
Hurrah!
Yes.
They obviously enjoyed it the first time round.
They're very keen.
Well, I like Keane.
Yes.
That's good. as Simon and Ken talk about
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Can't do it like that.
Martin does a little.
He does a little.
Sort of,
yes.
I don't know whether it's a poem or whether it's a sound collage of just him saying the word.
It's just him saying MacGyver.
MacGyver, and I couldn't resist putting it in.
No.
But Simon admits that when he and I worked in our chemistry lab in the late 80s, early 90s, certain people. I don't remember doing it, to be honest.
It was Simon, basically.
But I think Simon and maybe people in his lab, because Simon was in a slightly different lab to me, but trying to recreate some of MacGyver's. Why are you laughing? Why is this funny?
Scientists.
What about scientists?
Loonies.
We're not loonies.
I'm sorry, you only have to watch the Professor Polyakov and his team to find out you're all blooming loonies.
Lisa, you spent time with scientists.
Yes, I have.
And
you're all loonies.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. That. But we never tried to blow up a dam with sodium or something like that.
No.
But the experiment that MacGyver does in the first episode, well, it's not really an experiment. It's to do with sulfuric acid and reacting it with chocolate.
Yeah.
And if you look on YouTube, you can
see a
you
video.
can see various examples of how this reaction actually goes, because there's one with sugar rather than chocolate, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just turns into carbon and it just comes out of the top of the tube and comes out like sort of 2 foot tall or something. It's a fascinating little reaction. But yeah, you said about Professor Polyakov, and if you look up,
Lord Polyakov.
is he now?
Well, he's a sir, isn't he?
I don't know, I forget
which one he is. Yeah.
But yeah, if you look up Nottingham University's chemistry department periodic videos, they'll demonstrate some fascinating bits of chemistry.
Yeah, and some that look very dangerous,
which are all very visual.
Yes.
And
Professor Polyakov, I hasten to add, never gets involved at the sharp end. He just introduces things, doesn't he?
But I think there's a missed opportunity for TV here, that he should be presenting a chemistry programme on BBC4.
Yeah.
He really should. He should be much more well known to TV viewers than he is.
He's got great hair as well.
Yeah.
He's got great mad scientist hair.
Indeed.
It's like, wee.
But all in all, not a bad episode,
No.
I think.
No.
As I said, I like the way it goes from series to merchandise to series to merchandise to series.
Yeah.
Episode 34. Well, I know everything that's going to be on it already.
Yes, it's very well underway.
Let's not say what any of it is. We have one article in our clutches. We have 2 articles that are recorded but are on the way over the waves once they've been edited. And again, I think it leaves only us to actually get on and do some work.
Yeah, to hold it up.
Yeah.
But because
this has happened a lot recently.
It has happened a lot recently. But because we're now sticking to this new numbering system,
34 will be April.
will be out in April, so we have quite a lot of time to do the article. But we know what we're doing. We've been watching lots of things relating to the article.
Yes, if you've looked at our sort of posts over the last week or so,
you
might have got a clue.
Yes.
Yeah. Martin already knows because he's done a version of the cover, but we're not going to show you that yet.
And we've been humming lots of music relating to it, haven't we?
Yeah. I nearly tried to buy some beer tonight, but I couldn't find the right sort.
Yeah. So we're giving you lots of clues here.
Yeah, just have to pay attention.
Yeah.
But there you go, episode 34 of Around the Archive. 33. I see, I'm already thinking about next month. Episode 33 of Around the Archives on SoundCloud, iTunes, Player FM,
and other places.
The link will appear. There. You see, if I touch that, it looks like I'm pointing at the thing below, doesn't it?
I don't know. I never see the thing below.
You never see the thing below.
No.
The beast below.
The beast below.
It's just the link. It's right.
Okay.
It's not a rude beast. Okay. We'll say goodbye and see you again.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.